I know you can hear it. No, you cannot hear it, but still, move with me. Welcome to the Digital Forensics Now podcast. Today is May 1st. I don't know how that happened. Already half the year.
No.
2025. And I'm here accompanied by my host, the amazing, the incredible girl that stumps on the curb, that buys things with her car and then forgets she bought them. The chair to my table, and when I mean chair, class chair, the one and only, the fantastical Heather Charpentier. And by the way, we're sharing one space.
Yes,
amazing.
We're together.
The music is hired up by Shane Ivers and can be found at silvermansound.com. Yeah. Right, I kind of messed up the volume, but it's all good.
You had to say I fell off the curb.
I didn't say that. I said you stumped it.
Oh, okay.
So you called yourself out.
Okay.
So tell us what happened with the curve.
First day on my new feet.
Yeah, you're a baby. You're a baby. So what's going on, Heather? So tell the folks. You see our logo shirts? So,
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing here?
We
And
are
where are we to begin with?
we are in sunny Orlando, Florida at the IACIS conference teaching the advanced mobile device forensics class.
That's right. And so welcome home. Welcome to my house.
Yeah.
I've been living here for almost 20 years. So
It's not even as hot as I expected, so I'm happy.
yeah, just wait another week.
Yeah, I know. Next week will be as hot as it can be.
Yeah, you might be here.
I will
week.
be. I'll be here.
Yeah, so the class is 2 weeks, and we teach mobile forensics. It's more of a data structure class, and we have a couple of folks from these structures that we're going to talk to them about the class, about their lives, what they're doing. Actually, let me put here the folks that are talking so I can follow them. And yeah, also this is a special show, first of all, because we're in the same space.
We are.
We don't used to use headphones, even though Heather wanted some
I
headphones.
feel like I need them. They're missing.
And I'm like next to you. You can hear me. And but we have no script. This is totally ad lib, totally live, right? So we got a few ideas, topics I'm going to talk about, but nothing planned. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about the class, and then talk about the couple of topics, and then bring other folks in just to chit chat for a little bit. So class, Heather, how's class going?
Class is awesome. We have a really, really good class. Whole bunch of smart students who are learning new things, but also super advanced already.
Yeah, it's about almost a little bit. Look at that. You know what? Let me show some.
Oh.
Now you're leaving. Now you're leaving. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We got a few folks here, but they're shy like that. You know, they're computer experts, not movie stars.
The nerds don't want to be on TV.
They don't want. They'll have their drinks ready to see us make fun of ourselves.
You would think they would have brought us a drink.
You know what? That's a great idea.
Yeah, right?
You know, maybe they don't get picked on in class tomorrow. So all kidding aside, the class is really good. The class is great. We got about a little bit under 50 students, right?
We have 38 this week.
38? Okay.
Yeah.
38, 50.
Same thing.
Same thing.
And
we cover all sorts of topics from data structures, protobuf, SQLite, JSON in depth. We talk about
the
SegBs. We talk about a little bit of malware identification for Android devices and the like. So that's what we're doing. We love it. It's my favorite event of the year.
Yes.
And I plan to continue doing so as long as the universe and my workplace allow me to.
That's the thing. As long as the workplace allows us.
All right. So we want to talk quickly about a couple of topics that are of interest. You know, even the crowd agrees.
Yep. We're being cheered, right?
Yeah. So lately, there's been this buzz around here in Florida about the court system starting to require search warrants every 10 days for every electronic item that's being seized, specifically phones. So if you seize a phone and you're working on it with your search warrant, every 10 days you need to report to that. And there has been some little bit of a, I wouldn't say uproar, it's a big of a word, but some comments in the community about it. So what have you been hearing, Heather?
Just that it's insane that if a phone is brute forcing, you'll have to go back for a new warrant every 10 days. And I agree. It is insane.
Your Honor, take note that she said that's insane.
I do.
And she's from New York, okay? So the Florida person didn't say anything like that, okay? The one that's has to do with stuff here.
Well, these are your rules down here, so.
No, and well, I think that speaks to a larger point, right? Because people say, well, some people might opine, oh, that's unreasonable. Every 10 days, all the overhead is going to create the backlog in regards to the different court orders that need to be processed. But I speak to a larger point of, do we want to have never-ending search warrants? For example, a big complaint with possibly this process is that what if I have a phone brute forcing for a couple of months?
I have one that's been brute forcing for 6.5 years.
6.5 years.
Yes, 6.5 years.
Okay, that's older than some children.
I know.
A lot of children.
I calculated it, and by now I would have needed to go get 230 search warrants signed.
Oh, jeez.
At least that's rounding down.
But the question is, when do you stop? When he turns 18 and goes to college?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
at what point do we start?
I don't know.
We stop brute forcing, and that's the question, right? What's the reasonable amount of oversight versus it's not convenience, but the ability to accomplish the mission that we're set to do, which is serve the warrant, right? And even speaks to the difference possibly. We don't know yet. We're not lawyers. We're not judges. We're not congresspeople. But when you have a search warrant, is serving a search warrant included in the breaking into the phone, getting into the device to actually execute that search warrant? Where does execution start? Does execution start of the search warrant at the starting to get into the device, or does it apply when you're already in the device, right?
Yeah, we need to have these things defined.
I mean, we can opine all day long. For example, I mean, if you seize it under a search warrant, that's your authority, then at the moment that the clock, quote unquote, the clock should start running. Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe.
So, and that's something that we need to really discuss, because folks that are technical like us, we're the ones that will inform the people that make the decisions in regards to what's technically feasible or not, and under what time frames, right?
Right.
Because we can't claim that. So me and Heather had a big argument.
We did. Yes.
Because she was really, how can I say this? It was more of a misunderstanding, because we both came from the approach of, search warrants to be limited, but I didn't get that part. I thought she was totally defending the unlimited time to do something, considering her phone's 6 years old.
Yeah, no, I was totally saying that the 10 days is insane.
Yeah.
But it didn't come across the text messages in the right way, I guess.
Yeah, and again, Your Honor, I did not say it was insane. I got no opinions on it, okay?
No, that's me.
So we'll see how that shakes out. And again, we'll see that also, for example, with timestamps and evidence. What are we seeing on that, Heather?
Right. I mean, so we had a discussion today in the class about the warrants with the timestamp parameters set to short periods of time, and what do you do?
Well, and for example, they tell you, okay, so here's the data, but you have to filter it before looking at it for a time period from, let's say, May to December 2024. And that sounds kind of like, well, things have timestamps, we should be able to do that. So what could be a problem with that?
Crimes are planned maybe prior to that time period, and we're missing all of that evidence, or maybe they were talked about after the end of the time period, and we miss all of that. Yeah,
and like, let me start to Bill. He's not here now, but he was talking about, different artifacts have bracketing timestamps, right? And the event might happen, before your starting point.
Right.
And the file gets information during that, and it could stop after or before that, right? So how do you capture that? Because the timestamps are not going to reflect that the activity happened within the time period, which obviously is what the court is trying to achieve, which is narrow that, right?
Exactly.
So we talk about solutions. Education is one. I floated possibly like 10 teams for that. I mean, it's kind of like an idea that I have, and I take that from cases where you have legal documents in them and they're protected. So you have a person not involved with the investigation, filter those out, and then give the rest to the person that's actually going to do the work.
Right.
So maybe somebody can look at all the timestamps, identify what's relevant, and then pass it over to the investigative team. Is that feasible or not? I don't know. But
one of Bill's big points today was just making sure you keep in contact with the prosecutors on those restraints. You want to discuss it with them and make sure it fits the case.
And be proactive, right? If the time to tell the prosecutors, when the prosecutor says, well, we got a search warrant, but you can only do this, well, it's a little bit too late, right? We weren't able to be involved in the process. So it requires a little bit of being proactive on that if you can. And if your ADs are, if your attorneys, DAs, are amenable to it, right?
Right, exactly.
Right. So enough about serious stuff. Now, I'm really happy because I'm putting on the screen the leaves have been added to Paladin from Sumori Software. So
They
everybody, a
have.
round of applause. Woo! We're gonna take over the world of forensics, and I'll be poor through the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we'll go at we'll get at that. So yeah. So now we're in Paladin, and it's an open source tool project. The fact that it's being adopted by a whole bunch of
Right.
other forensic outfits, I think it's a point of pride to the work that some of the folks you're gonna meet have. Because by the way, we always talk about Johan, we talk about James and John, and world premiere in the podcast. We'll have them on today, so it'll be fantastic.
Special guests.
Special guest. Special guest.
We have an actual live crowd right here today too. I don't think they want to be on camera, but there's a nice little crowd behind the camera.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So we're seeing the picture is Paladin has the leaps there, and you can run them. This is the latest release, so you want to see it there and run it from there. You can get it, and I couldn't be more stoked about it. So it's fantastic. And Johan has some conversation with Steve Wan, or maybe they can collaborate, and we can collaborate on that. So that's awesomeness.
Yeah.
Stop looking at your phone. All right. The next thing is, so we're in class, right? And somebody says, hey, could we add a little bit of a logo of my agency,
Yes.
because it's not serious enough? And like, what? Yeah. Some guy that might be here or not. And I'm like, is the little Apple logo not serious enough for you? Little glasses with tape in it. I mean, that's pretty serious. So they want their logo. So, and I'm like, hedging my bets. Well, I mean, I don't know. It might take months. In Lava, will we develop it down the year? So what happens? What happened next?
What happened next is there was a logo in there in about 4 minutes, and I don't know how that was added so quickly. But I'm always saying on the podcast that make sure you're updating the leaps, because they update things every 10 seconds. He literally heard, can we get a logo? And it was there, the next morning? The next morning.
It was it, right?
Yeah, the next morning.
Making sure we ask the right person right here. So that's exciting. So here's how it looks. So we have here if you go to the case data button in the interface, you'll see that the pop-up has changed. You used to have your case number and your name and the name of the agency, but now you have the logo as an add file, and it's pretty neat because it will check the MIME type of the file to make sure it's a logo, so you won't trick us. And then it will add it to your report, and it will look really nice, something like this, right? In honor of being in IACIS 2025 here in Orlando. So Johan put in a IACIS logo there. And I love how it's formatted kind of to the left of the case data information. So it looks very nice. We made a picture in not in dark mode.
Yeah, I know.
Which I'm offended by. But
listen, I like the light mode. He likes the dark mode. But look, I win.
I don't know. My eyes are bleeding with all the brightness here. So we're happy. We're happy to have it. So thank you, Johan, for that. Before we go on, let's see what's going on. So what is Josh saying?
Okay, we're both like leaning
Yeah, we're
into
trying
the
to figure out.
computer.
See, that's what happens when you don't have a script, right? See, Damien agrees.
I'm gonna find you.
Damien, he's an expert.
Dark mode for the win.
An expert and agrees with me. So thank you. Anybody that agrees with her, I'm not gonna put them on the screen. So don't try it.
Christian's writing about iLeap for his master's thesis.
That's awesome, because
really awesome.
We are going to be talking about you in our class tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be talking about you.
A little bit of quid pro quo without even knowing. It's both ways. So yeah, we'll send you a picture of your stuff in our class, and people I know they're going to love them. Now, how many of you have used UFade before? UFade. Oh, you're in for a treat.
You're going to be checking it out tomorrow.
You'll tell people about it. All right, so I got a question about Euro acoustics and voice print, but I'm really not ready to answer that question.
So, Josh, if you shoot us a message afterwards, maybe on LinkedIn, we'll answer the question about the acoustic versus voice print.
There you go. All right, so let's introduce a couple of the folks, and it will be 3 of them, but let's go for a couple. Let's start with Johan, right?
Yeah.
So Johan, come on over. As you can see, they're the pillars of this outfit, and when I say that, I say it because I'm really tiny next to him. No, don't bend down. Stand up.
I'm not even getting out of the chair because I look like
I'm gonna sit down again so I don't look as tiny as I am. I'm bigger on the inside. That's why I eat so much. So Johan, where are you coming from? Where you come from?
From France.
A Frenchman.
French,
Yeah,
with my
fantastic.
French accent.
Hey, I got a Puerto Rican accent. What accent you have? You need even a New Yorker accent.
I don't know.
Come
I
on.
have a country bumpkin accent.
Oh, it's beautiful. We love it. We love it. All right, Johan. So what do you work for? What's your deal?
I work in Switzerland.
I keep talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you.
I'm retired from law enforcement, and now I'm work at School of Criminal Justice at the University of Lausanne, Switzerland.
So obvious when I knew that already, but when we heard he was coming, I'm like, dude, what am I gonna teach you?
Oh my God! Yeah, I totally freaked out.
You teach me someone.
I did.
You taught me someone.
Actually, so we were talking about SQLite JSON, and I'm teaching that, and Johan says, I never heard about this before. And I made the whole class clap because I couldn't believe that Johan learned something. And it's been a special class because Johan's been like the additional instructor, even though he's a student.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you being here. We collaborated online for a long time, and actually seeing him in person makes me a lot of joy, man. So I'm like, I'm not gonna let you go. Either you stay here in Orlando or you take me to Switzerland.
Yeah. Switzerland is where we're going.
I think that's the best option, right?
Yeah, definitely.
As I told you, I have 2 backpacks.
Yep, we're both gonna fit in his backpack.
Well, I mean, I might need somebody to cut my legs. I'm tiny, I'm not that tiny. All right. So let's bring James. James, come over here. So again, let me stand next to James.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay sitting. I'm too short.
Because if Johan was tall, James is even taller.
His head doesn't even fit in the screen.
The good thing is that his heart is just as big as his tallness.
I'm used to getting my head cut off in pictures.
Well, you might have to squat or get a chair because your head's getting cut off. No, but
Sorry, the wind is blowing my hair out of the way anyway.
So James. So I'm gonna say something about James. So James. If you've been in the world of forensics for a while, you know James, or you're taking courses with James, or you know his coding. He works in NK. So a legend, a living legend. So if you've been around, you know James. Now that being said, you're working with us with the Leafs. What are you doing with the Leafs and collaborating with the community on?
Why?
Why and what?
Why? I needed some of the modules that the Leaps had that I couldn't find in commercial tools when I was doing some litigation support cases, and so I found the module was there, and I was able to get it and actually parse it and do the job that I needed to do, and then that brought me back to my roots of digging into technical coding and stuff like that. So I was like, I see some things I could add to the project, and here I am.
A humble guy. A few things, like a whole new viewer that I can actually deal with millions of data a row, which we couldn't, and get away for HTML. So James is again another unofficial instructor of our class, right?
Yes.
And ad hoc instructors. Yeah. Oh,
A guest of IACIS.
Yeah. So and we're gonna make sure that he's here next year. So we're talking about class about FCMs, and James says, well, maybe we can develop an exercise where we can actually have some FCM. And folks, if you're listening and you don't know what FCM, it's really easy. It's really easy. Come to the class. Come to the class and you'll know what it is. Okay? So he said, hey, how about we use FCM and use this type of model and send push notifications, students can get it. So I'm like, okay, man, that sounds great. In 6 months, when that comes out.
Yeah, like at least 6 months, or maybe just in time for next year's class.
For next year's class. So like 4 hours pass. It's like, hey, you want to see how this works? I'm like, dude, what the heck? No, but it worked really well, and obviously when I implement that in class, so we appreciate it.
Definitely.
So you can stay too. Everybody stay here. John, come on over. Oh, we'll get you in
you're
too.
coming in.
You're
Oh,
coming in too.
definitely.
You're coming in. We're coming in. Yeah.
Look at this.
You might have to get that chair and get up on the chair.
You're short with us.
Yeah, we're the short people here. We're the Oompa Loompas. So John, so I heard of John at the most pertinent time. So I was looking at some knowledge C data in one of my phones, and I found out that it disappeared. And I'm like, what the heck? And I think I reached out to you first, right?
I think so.
Or no, it was through Geraldine.
You might have. Yeah, no, it was Geraldine.
It was Geraldine.
Definitely Geraldine.
And she's like, well, there's some guy there. I don't know,
Yep.
some dude, Blue Crew Forensics. Maybe the blue's for the police. I'm like, I don't know. It wasn't. Yeah, we guess right.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
Not good at thinking names.
No, but I like it. It's good. So John did some great work. The first person ever to work on the SegB files in a forensic manner, obviously outside of Apple.
Yep.
And it was amazing work. It opened the doors for the whole community, the whole industry, to actually get back pattern of life data. So we appreciate it, man. And
Yeah.
knowing that, because you knew him from,
I
kind of.
did. John is from New York with me. So, yeah, he actually, when this whole SegB thing happened, mentioned it to me, and I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll check it out with you. And then, yeah, I never did.
Yeah, big deal.
The biggest artifact to come out of iOS.
In the last 5-10 years.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Well, then,
I won't do that again.
Oh, no, for sure. So tell us a little bit about you and also your partner and all the good stuff.
I work for the Putnam Sheriff's Office in New York. I have a canine partner. I didn't bring her down because I didn't know she'd be able to be by the pool, so she's resting in the room.
Just like Heather would like to be resting too, not here.
Going upstairs with Hannah.
And what does she do? What's your doctor?
Yes, she's an electronic storage detection canine, trained by Connecticut State Police. Had her for about 6 years now, so she's been my partner for a while, and hopefully we'll, when it's time for retirement, we'll both maybe retire together, unless I stay longer. We'll see.
And it's great. It's great because, we have the class pet.
Yeah.
Like literal pet, right? It's not the favorite student. It's
Right.
actual pet.
Everybody loves her.
Belly rubs all around.
Oh, yes.
Even lots of hair all over the class.
Which now, the uniform now is black, and then I have like black pants. So they're all full of dog hair. But you know what? Totally worth it. Totally worth it. So the folks you see here, to include all of us, Heather, we're the main developers of the list. We're missing Kevin Pagano. And Bruno does a lot of work. Constanzo, but he's in Argentina. It's hard to get him. And who are some of them missing of the main ones that are active now? There's so many developers, dozens of them, but the main active ones, the core ones that deal with the kind of core functionalities are pretty much here, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We get to kind of hang out.
Yeah, absolutely. So excited to meet everybody, for sure.
Should have come.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kevin,
you definitely should have
like,
come.
but Kevin's going to techno, but then not all of us going to techno.
Right. So we'll meet each other, but just split up.
Well, for the recorded version of this, I'll put like Kevin, AI picture somewhere floating around.
He can float right here.
Like 7 feet tall like you. So there's the crew, and we're having a good time. John was teaching variants today, and my ears were bleeding, but I learned. So we touched a lot of topics, and it's been a good time.
Yep, definitely.
It's been great to sit together and talk over some of the architecture that we've been working on the internals of the Leap tools for like 6 months, 8 months now. Redoing a lot of it. Been doing a lot of work of processing improvement, speed improvement, reliability, error handling, a lot of that kind of stuff that makes it all together a better tool. But we're pushing forward more and more, getting close to a release of the new viewer, the Lava, and we're at the final stages of iLeap at least to get the first release going for Lava. So we're pretty excited. Got to chat with Johan about a bunch of stuff.
You can tell we're really excited about the whole thing. If you're listening to the podcast, you're missing out. Exactly. All right. No, and Lava is going to be a game changer for us and for the community, because it really allows us to do way more and with way more data. One of the things that be most satisfying for me outside of the teaching part is walking through the hallways. And I'll tell the folks here, we got an investigator for New Mexico tells me, hey, pleased to meet you. My name is so-and-so. And I had this case where I have this Motorola, and the tooling did not work. And we run on iLeap, and I was able to get all I needed to get my homicide indictment. And I'm
awesome.
I mean, how much money is that worth, right? There's no price that you can put on that, right? Being able to solve cases. We got another gentleman from South Africa telling about how the tool was useful to their cases. Folks that stop and say, hey, let's take a picture together because I appreciate what you do. And I'm like, dude, I'm okay.
Yeah.
it feels sometimes a little bit odd, right? But
that's the price that we charge.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how you can pay for our tools.
Tell the stories.
Tell the stories. Yeah, tell us if it's useful and how, and obviously how we make it better. And if you don't like it, it's okay. Your money back guaranteed. all the money you spend on the tool, you're getting it back. All $0 of it. So Rebecca here is in the chat. Let's see what she's saying.
Yay, can't wait to see lava. Alexis already helped me once when I couldn't get the data to load.
There we go.
Yep, awesome.
In my pleasure. My pleasure always.
Lava will definitely help with that.
So what else do we have to
So
bring
we
in?
have Lee.
Come on. Look, this man is really like, he was, hey, 1 minute shot, I'll be right back, and he got ready.
Yeah.
You know, he got boom, ready to go.
So introduce yourself.
My name is Lee Harris. I'm with the Cybersecurity Division, the city of San Marcos in Texas.
But by the way, from the next episode, I'm gonna contract him out to do the intros with his voice. Way better than mine.
Well, Lee, you got to talk about the book, though.
Yeah.
The DFIR Investigative Mindset.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the book we talk about all the time. Brett's in the
Oh, Brett's in the chat.
Hey,
There you go.
So
I was contacted by the awesome Brett Shavers, I don't know, 2 years ago, and he asked me to be the technical editor of a new book that he was writing, and of course I said yes. I'm absolutely honored. We collaborated for several months on the book, tossing ideas back and forth. I think we did a really good job together, and like I said, it's truly an honor to be a part of a wonderful book, I think, for both seasoned investigators and new digital forensic investigators.
definitely, it's a book we handed out to all of the students in the advanced mobile class because we saw the value in it and made that part of our class too.
Thank you, Heather. We really appreciate
It's
it.
excellent. It's excellent.
No, we got the first copies came out, and Brett was so nice to kind of dedicate it to us and sign all that.
I'll do $5 autographs.
Yeah, there we go.
We've got the crowd here. You want to autographs?
Mine are free, I think they'll just pay me not to give an autograph. No, it's a great book. We got advanced copies, the first ones, and we read it, cover to cover. I didn't write it because it's signed by the author, so I didn't want to mess it up.
I know. They wanted to highlight in it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna highlight. So I bought another copy that I can actually highlight.
I'll stop by tomorrow and sign it for you too.
There we
go.
Awesome.
So you're gonna be here next week too?
I am. Yep. I'm in the Cyber Incident Forensic Response class.
Oh, tell us about the class.
It's a great class. The instructors are phenomenal. I'm having a great time. They're all hilarious personalities. They work really well together, and I'm learning a whole lot. It's especially beneficial with my transition from straight digital forensics to now cybersecurity.
So important.
It's perfect. Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm ready to go home.
You have another week.
I'm a little homesick, but another week I can handle, and I'm having a great time here in Orlando.
That's fantastic, and folks, I got 3 years to retirement, from my main workplace, and that's important. How do we acquire skills that are important, that serve us well now, but also in that transition over to probably private sector or your own business, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And this is one place you can do that.
Yeah,
so
IACIS place to be.
Yeah, definitely. Where is everybody? Everybody that's in the chat, you should be here.
So no, I'm glad to see Brett in the chat here. If somebody wants them to bring along to hang out, well, you gotta be in IACIS to hang out. Sorry. And we got the crowd there having their beers and their drinks, their apple juices, the refreshing beverages. So yeah, so that's what do we got here? Oh, here we go. That being said, so we offer all sorts of courses, like Lee was saying, and that course is more like an intrusion response. Or what's the
correct response? It's a IR. It's the IR of the DF
world.
The IR of the DF.
Yeah, and cybercrime nowadays really requires all those skill sets. Not only the forensic side, but also how did it happen, how to mitigate it, how to remediate that stuff. So IACIS gives also those courses on the specialized courses. We also have courses on drone forensics. There's courses on the mobile phones. There's 2 of those that we give.
Right.
RAM analysis.
That sounds really interesting. I want to take that class.
Mac forensics, definitely.
I heard there's a new Linux class as well.
Yeah.
Linux for law enforcement.
Yeah, they're next door. I'm trying to hear, but
Yep.
the class chair.
Flex class, right?
The class chair doesn't let me leave.
You're busy. You're busy. I'm sorry.
I really like all the swag from the vendors as well.
Oh, do you have some here? Yeah, I think so there's
Some t-shirts.
so digital intelligence, the ones that make the Freds, Freds being legendary, right?
Oh yeah.
they made, I put on my LinkedIn, a little Fred made out of Legos. And I'm like, oh, this might be some cheapo Chinese Legos. Oh, no. I mean, no hate for the Chinese Legos, are great. But the legit Legos from where are they? They're Sweden or Norway? I don't even know.
They're the real Legos.
The European ones. I don't know which country. Denmark. I should have known. I've been
I don't know where they're from.
beautiful, like a little like a collectible. So I know
Yeah.
you'll hate me on Instagram. I mean, Instagram, no, on LinkedIn. Sorry.
Oh, you know who's gonna hate you for having them?
What?
Kevin Pagano.
Oh,
He's gonna
yeah.
want one of those. You better stop by the table and see if they have any more.
They left already.
Oh,
sorry.
they did
Yeah.
leave. Oh no.
BeKevinShow.com. Yeah. Says the disembodied head on my left. There we go. Now can we see you? Yeah, no, for sure. So they have that. What else? What else swag do you all get? Like you got the sticker page from Samuri
Yep, and the tumblers.
and the tumblers.
Yep.
So I'm gonna put those up during the day tomorrow. I was supposed to do it today, but I didn't. I haven't put up the post on the leaps on Paladin also, so I'll do that tonight.
Right.
And pretty much that's it.
Yeah, we have just hanging out by the pool. So we have
All right. So anything else for the good of the order? Because I don't know. I think
I
we're
don't
running out of
think so.
topics now.
Yeah.
We got 20 people. Everybody's quiet.
Well, no, everybody is quiet.
No, but all kidding aside, we appreciate you kind of hanging out with us. We'll continue to teach here. Please, check out our social media to know what we're up to in regards to the class. Any questions, any comments? Some of you, we didn't get to you on the chat because we don't have the resources to answer you now, but we'll get back to you.
Right.
And by we, I mean Heather.
Yeah, just send me the message.
All right. So, are you sure you know I'll be in the show?
Yeah, come
They
on
say
over,
goodbye.
guys.
Come on.
Get over here.
No,
No, go. We have shy people. in
they
class,
believe they're
apparently.
undercover agents, but they're not. They're just examiners, shy examiners. All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Don't worry, in 2 weeks we'll give you a serious program.
Yes, with the artifacts and
With the
all
artifacts.
the new stuff.
Thanks to Johan, thanks to John, thanks to Lee, thanks to James, thanks to Heather,
No, thanks, Alex.
and thank you all for watching. So we'll be seeing each other soon.
All right.
And I need to find the music to say goodbye. Where is it? Where's the music at? Oh, here it is. There you go. There we go. Let me see. Nobody can hear it but me. See you next time. Take care. Oh, you can stop now. I already stopped the music. I didn't. It's still going. See you next time. Oh, we can see it from the bottom. That's amazing. There you go.